Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. We start the show with fiscal news. County Executive Ike Leggett unveiled his 6-year fiscal year 2013 capital budget and capital improvement program. The $4.2 billion budget seeks a balance between meeting capital construction priorities and the need to put the county's fiscal house in order.
Let's look at the context.
With a preamble that some difficult choices were made, Executive Leggett unveiled a capital budget that reflects the county's priorities in education, public safety, economic development, transportation, affordable housing, and the environment.
When you look at the budget today, it is by about 7% less than we've had in the previous years, which means that we can do less. And we've had to scale back some projects to defer some. But having said that, we maintain the top priority for us, which is the school budget.
The budget maintains the previously approved modernization schedule for elementary schools. The Board of Education requested significant increases in funding for countywide infrastructure projects. All requested projects are recommended for County Council approval.
We are providing some additional space for elementary schools and for one middle school. And we will hold back on some future modernization, but there are 2 schools in this CIP that we are delaying for an additional year. Keep in mind that it costs almost $100 million, if not in excess of $100 million, for a modernization of a high school. For us to do that would mean that we'd have to either crowd something else out in order to make room for that, and that becomes very difficult.
The recommended budget also includes funding for construction of a new Dennis Avenue Health Center in Silver Spring. To view the entire FY13 capital budget, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/OMB. The council is back from its winter recess and has started the new year with an informal meeting with school officials. Susan Kennedy sat in on the meeting and she has more. Susan?
Lorna, council members and school officials met to discuss educational issues as they waited with bated breath to hear from the state with what they plan to do with teacher pensions.
As we also integrate.
The council meets quarterly with school officials where the public is invited to sit in and listen to the conversation.
Evaluations from the meeting the other night from the 43 committee members were very positive.
Among the topics,
one more letter, Gary.
How we as a community can support the development of the 21st century student.
And one of my priorities next year is, building infrastructure for community engagement. There's so many different ways that a family intersects with various county agencies, whether it's the school system, whether it's rec leagues, whatever it may be. We want to send a coordinated message to our families and our kids about how much we care about them, and that we want them to graduate college and career ready.
Somebody else who can finish.
Dr. Starr says that means linking services between agencies to make sure MCPS is a stellar school system for every student.
I thought your Listen and Learn tour was a great idea.
In keeping with that, county officials are bracing themselves for news from Governor Martin O'Malley as to how much of the teacher pension costs will be shifted back to the county. It's an issue council members say is troubling.
Our hope is that our delegation, and with the school system support and with school systems across the state, will fight against this, because at a time when county budgets are as strapped as they are, to put these additional costs on the county will mean that we're going to be making very difficult trade-offs in terms of our education itself, with kids versus pension liabilities. We don't want to be in that game, particularly when it's the state that has been the entity that has increased pensions and has responsibility for the pension piece.
Councilmember Valerie Irvin says the key to solving this issue and others that will come down the pike will be a united approach.
There are a lot of implications, I think, in what the OLO report says and how we will work more closely with the Board of Education and the new superintendent, Mr. Starr, moving forward. I think we have lots of opportunities to collaborate more, because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing for our students here in Montgomery County, but also for these 2 institutions to have a better working relationship.
We certainly have the capacity and the desire to work together, and that's going to be a great opportunity for us to have an organized strategy.
I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Spending affordability guidelines for the FY13 operating budget have been introduced. The county charter and code require the council to set 3 spending affordability guidelines, including a ceiling on property tax revenues and a ceiling on the aggregate operating budget. Council member Nancy Navarro told us how the county's current economic situation will set the tone for this year's benchmarks.
This is something that the council is going to have to take a look. We're going to have to take a look at our fiscal plan and make decisions on what are we going to set as guidelines. Now, these guidelines are specifically for what we can afford. They're not necessarily tied into what we would like to achieve or what the need is. And that's why this is a very difficult process, because all of us immediately would like to respond to what the needs are. We do have to make sure that, as the code states, is what we can afford. So I think that we're going to probably stay within the same range as last year. I don't see any very big changes. Although things are looking up a little bit, it's nothing that I think is going to have an effect that is going to be substantial.
Folks who subscribe to Comcast and have paid for a service call may be entitled to a refund of that fee. The county's Office of Consumer Protection and Comcast have reached a settlement on those disputed fees. The decision comes on the heels of complaints from residents who believe they should have not been charged the company's truck trip fee for service calls at their homes.
If the repair is Comcast equipment, they should not have been charged a fee. So consumers should only be charged a fee if in fact there was something wrong with their television or their inside wiring. But if the repair pertained to Comcast equipment, they should not have been charged a service fee. In this settlement agreement, Comcast has agreed to change its disclosures so that consumers will know that there might be a charge depending upon the nature of the work. They've also agreed to provide refunds to anyone who was improperly charged this fee, and they made a payment of $25,000 to Montgomery County.
The county's Board of Elections needs registered voters to serve as election judges at polling places for the presidential elections to be held on April 3rd and November 6th. Election judges cannot hold or be a candidate for public or party office. In addition, election judges who are bilingual in Spanish are needed throughout the county. Training will be provided and all judges will be compensated for their services. To apply or for more information, visit our website at www.777vote.org. The Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Department has armed itself with a new technological tool to save lives as part of the LifeNet program. An updated EKG system is now available in advanced life support ambulances, making it possible to notify emergency department physicians within moments of a paramedic diagnosis. LifeNet is being used with 4 hospitals: Holy Cross, Shady Grove, Washington Adventist, and Suburban.
It is a program that allows our paramedics, both on our transporting ambulances as well as our paramedic engine companies, to transmit much better data in the realm of electrocardiograms and reducing our door-to-balloon time of our patients suffering from acute myocardial infarction or heart attacks in Montgomery County.
And the machine has already proved its effectiveness on a 61-year-old patient who was transported directly to Suburban Hospital. When we come back, the county will host a national golf tournament for the next 3 years. We'll tell you which one. And be careful not to spill it when changing the oil in your car. We'll be back. Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. In an effort to learn more about each other and strengthen communication, the mayor and council of Rockville invited Montgomery County Public Schools to a recent council meeting. Our Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer has the recap.
Montgomery County Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Joshua Starr was joined by 2 officials from the Board of Education at a recent mayor and council meeting. We caught up with Dr. Starr, Shirley Brandman, and Laura Berthume to get their thoughts on the meet and greet with Rockville's mayor and council.
Well, we are building a strong relationship that is going to support our kids and support our community and continue to support world-class schools. I hope folks understand that we're growing and changing. We have about 2,500 kids more per year. The demographics are changing, and everybody, elected officials, staff, we're all really eager and willing to meet the challenges of the future.
It was a terrific opportunity to have a chance to talk with the elected representatives of Rockville about our common interests, both understanding how Rockville's needs fit into the larger Montgomery County needs, talking about our shared vision for what we want for all our students, and really thinking about how we can pool our advocacy efforts in order to achieve our common goals.
We really have to collaborate. Obviously, the board headquarters and the school system headquarters are right here in Rockville, and we've got a significant portion of our kids right here in Rockville. So we have to work together when it comes to particularly issues like school construction funding. Our schools are overcrowded everywhere. If we can have the city work together with us to help go advocate for those dollars, if we can understand how we can work together to get those schools built with a minimum of fuss, then we are all so much better off.
The Neediest Kids Golf Championship will be held in our county. A 3-year agreement was signed with TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm for the annual golf tournament. The county's Department of Economic Development sees the venture as an employment opportunity.
Well, we're very excited that the nationwide tour is coming to Montgomery County. TPC at Avenel is a great golf course, has a great tradition, and more importantly, the 3-year commitment means that there'll be some continuity with the course here in the county and the nationwide tour. Neediest Kids is, of course, a great organization, well deserving of the support that the nationwide tour will provide to them. The most important thing from a job creation standpoint is that the golf tournament will bring thousands of people to Montgomery County, will bring national attention to Montgomery County because it's part of the nationwide tour, and we think that's going to translate into business development and job creation for the county. And in this challenging time, we have to be looking at all avenues to pursue, and bringing thousands of people into Montgomery County to see a top-notch event and having it promoted nationally on the Golf Channel is going to be very important for marketing Montgomery County as a place to do business.
Neediest Kids is a nonprofit organization that helps low-income students in Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia receive basic items such as eyeglasses, coats, clothing, shoes, and school supplies to help them achieve in school. This year's tournament will be played the week of October 1st through the 7th. And now we go to Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation for an update on environmental awareness while changing the oil in your car. Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. Storm drains are not trash cans, yet typical items placed in storm drains include antifreeze, motor oil, paint, plastics, and yard waste. When these harmful items wash down a storm drain, they don't just disappear, and they're not treated. Instead, they go from the storm drain directly to local creeks, then to streams, to rivers, and eventually to the Chesapeake Bay. You can help maintain the health of the county's and the region's water quality by spreading the word about the misuse of storm drains. MCDOT provides residents and community organizations with free bright blue signs for neighborhood storm drain inlets. They say, in English and Spanish, "No dumping drains to your creek." Our latest version has the new design, now used by all jurisdictions in the region. To get your free kit with up to 25 signs, call 240-777-7155 or visit the county's website at montgomerycountymd.gov/MCDOT. We're working to keep you moving cleanly.
When we come back, we'll tell you how some high school students are facing the tough process of applying for college. And county residents volunteer thousands of hours during the Martin Luther King Day of Service. We'll be back. Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. The majority of 12th graders throughout Montgomery County Public Schools have faced the time-consuming task of applying to college. To help, a new pilot program was initiated where students received instruction on how to get accepted into the school best suited for them. Let's take a look.
GPS, or Guiding the Pathways of Success to College, is an intensive week-long summer workshop that offers hands-on experience on how to navigate the college choice and application process.
This is our first year with the GPS to College program. So our hope is that every single student who completes this entire week will not only be able to apply to college, but will in fact gain access to college. And it's being offered as a way to sharing information with our students who are minority students, first generation, first ones going to college, and who are college capable and college ready, but for lack of information or knowledge about accessing college, they may not make it there.
It's very structured and pinpointed at where we have found the students have the most difficulty. Filling out the application, the essay, the financial aid.
Having the program on a college campus is just another way of reinforcing our message to these students that you can go to college and we're here to help you to accomplish that.
And also showed me how I need to prepare, going on Family Connections, seeing the grades I need. It showed me what I need to step up on and what I need to do.
Not only did it help me see more colleges, but help me research them and get more information into them, like how much and where, and if there are any scholarships they can offer and can they help me out. So this week has really opened up my choices to those colleges and the ones that really suit me.
My role at this conference was to give the students exposure to the college application essay. They may not have this level of hands-on help in a regular school environment.
I was very impressed by this program and by the people who were teaching it.
It gave me information that I did not know, helpful information, critical information.
Applying for college scared me a little bit. This program just really helped. It was it made me more confident.
All the information I got out of the program was really helpful, and so I'm ready for my senior year and applying for college, and so I'm ready for college.
The GPS to College program is a partnership with Montgomery County Public Schools, the universities at Shady Grove, and Montgomery College. Current 11th grade students can apply to the next GPS summer workshop by contacting their school's career counselor. In honor of Martin Luther King Day, Montgomery County residents celebrated by volunteering and paying tribute to the man who dedicated his life to social justice and opportunity for all.
People from all over Montgomery County came out in mass numbers on Monday, January 16th, to celebrate the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by volunteering their time in support of the community.
Interfaith Works is here on MLK Day because today is about giving back and really being a part of the community in a peaceful and encouraging way, and that's what MLK Day is really about.
This day also marks Dr. King's tremendous contribution to the civil rights movement and the end of segregation. Many volunteers recognize the influential leader's effort towards racial equality.
My family roots are from Alabama. One of my mother's sisters was Martin Luther King's secretary before he moved to Atlanta. So it goes way, way back. I'm originally, from the South, so everything that he stood for, I experienced it in seeing my family go through that struggle and live the dream. So it means a lot for me to be here today.
After volunteering at 3 different sites around the county, the celebration continued on to the Strathmore Music Hall for a tribute to Dr. King.
But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press.
County Executive Ike Leggett reminded everyone to continue the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King by practicing his principles.
We encourage all of our residents to remember and practice Dr. King's principles and his teaching of nonviolent social change and equality for all.
The day wrapped up with a group song and a display of flags from various nations showing the diversity in Montgomery County. For County Report this week, this is Obi Warwin.
Bird lovers, here is the opportunity to adopt 2 parakeets. Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society has the details.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society. And as you can see, we have more than dogs and cats here at the shelter. We have birds. Right now I'm sitting here with two charming little parakeets. They're only about 6 months old. They were given up by their previous owners because they couldn't take care of them any longer. And they are sweet. They love each other. They are a bonded pair. So we would like them to get adopted together. But they do come with this cage. The cage came in with them so they can be adopted with the cage. So it's kind of a setup that you don't have to do anything. They have the little swing and the food containers. You just really have to give them a lot of love and a little bit of attention. They are very sweet little guys, and they make the most delightful little noises. I don't know if you can hear that, but they don't scream or make horrible noises. They make little chattering sounds, and it's very cute to listen to. Now remember, if you're looking for any sort of an animal, we have almost everything here at the shelter. People always think of us for dogs and cats, but we also have birds, lots of different types of birds. We've had chickens, we've had goats. We also have a lot of guinea pigs and a lot of rabbits, sometimes an occasional pet rat. If you are looking for any kind of animal, come on down to the Montgomery County Humane Society and see what we have, because the stock is changing all the time. If you're looking for a specific animal and we don't have it today, there's a very good chance we will be getting one in tomorrow, because people are dropping animals off all the time. So please come down frequently and visit us, because you'll never know what and who you're going to fall in love with. So visit us at the shelter in Rockville. Give us a call at 240-773-5967 for directions and information, or visit us on the web at mchumane.org.
When we come back, we take you into the full swing of Montgomery College basketball action. And it is time to start thinking about summer camps for kids. We'll tell you how to register for county programs. We'll be right back.
There's still time to register for Montgomery College's spring semester to make sure you get your first choice of classes. Choose courses for more than 130 majors and programs offered at our campus locations and online. Register today online or at any of our 3 campuses. Sign up for Montgomery College Alert today. Receive college closing, delay, and emergency information via text message and email. The service also sends important information about Montgomery County weather and traffic events. The MC Rockville women's basketball team is having a terrific season, with the team currently ranked number 8 in the country and number 1 in Maryland JUCO. And as the postseason looms, Coach Tarla Gasquet's squad looks poised to make a long and successful playoff run. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Basketball season is heating up at Montgomery College, and MCTV's Michael Brown has been following the action. Here's his report on the hardwood happenings at MC.
Basketball season's in full swing at Montgomery College, and the MC Rockville women's team is leading the way. Head coach Tarla Gasquet has assembled one of her strongest rosters in recent years, as her team is currently ranked number 8 in the country and number 1 in Maryland JUCO. And the reasons for this success can be boiled down to team defense. The Knights are giving up just 51 points a game while scoring almost 79. That 28-point differential is unheard of and goes a long way to explaining their current 14-3 record. Complementing their great defense, the Knights also boast a devastating inside-outside offensive game. The outside half of the equation is point guard Alexandra Silva, who leads the team in scoring, rebounds, assists, steals, and threes. She's the leading scorer in Maryland JUCO and is in the top 10 in 4 other categories. The inside power is supplied by Portia Davis. She's second on the team in scoring and rebounding. And Silva and Davis get plenty of help from the trio of Faye Dunstan, Jocelyn Martin, and Sharnay Ryland. So with the postseason looming, the Knights look poised to go deep, perhaps all the way to the national tournament in Minnesota. Staying on the Rockville campus, the men's team entered a rebuilding phase this season under new head coach James Bryson, who replaced longtime legendary coach Steve Hobson. And as might be expected, it's a work in progress as the team has hovered around the 500 mark all season. However, behind strong play from Aleem Stewart and Eric Satchel, the Knights seem to be gelling at the right time, and Bryson knows full well that anything can happen once the playoffs begin. And at Germantown, second-year head coach Stu Wilson's incredibly young roster has produced an uneven season so far. But the team has been playing better of late, and Wilson is encouraged by the team's hustle, hard work, and unselfishness. One of the strengths of the team is their balanced scoring attack. The Griffins really share the ball, and that could help them surprise some teams in the postseason.
Registration for the county's Department of Recreation summer camps is now open. The 2012 summer camps and programs offer affordable and exciting camp programs designed to serve a wide range of interests. This year, children and youth can participate in camps for sports, nature, robotics, magic, swimming, and theater. Early registration is encouraged because space is limited and registrations are handled on a first-come, first-served basis. To register, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/REC or call 240-277-6870. With the cold weather, it is hard to enjoy the garden, but our friends at Brookeside Gardens want you to know that they have plenty of clubs you can join year-round.
Hi, I'm Leslie McDermott, the Marketing and Media Relations Manager here at Brookeside Gardens in Wheaton, Maryland. And I'm often asked by visitors, how can I learn about the plants and the flowers that I love? And where can I learn to grow them? And my answer is simple. I say, why don't you join a garden club or a plant society? In addition to the many workshops and demonstrations we offer, or asking our staff questions or using our research library, joining a garden club and plant society is a very easy thing to do. Most communities have local gardening clubs, and most plant societies have regional chapters. Our website lists the various clubs and societies who have shows and sales here at the gardens. The benefits of joining one of these organizations are numerous. Not only will you learn about the plants that you're interested in, but this is a great opportunity to share resources, take advantage of group discounts, and group tours to other gardens and nurseries. All this takes is a little research on your part. So come on out and happy gardening.
And with that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for watching.